you know what? I've come to the conclusion is that all they're saying, all these so called justices, these intelligent, educated people are saying, is that if you are an elderly person who is suffering from, she suffered from dementia, she was elderly, she could barely walk, she was moving with her walking frame. If you are an elderly person, well, then you are not as valuable. Your life is not worth nearly as much as someone else who is younger, living in their own home, can get around. She was in her home. She was in that nursing home. She was walking around with a walker. She had dementia. She should have been safe. She should have been safe. But all this judgment says is that your life is not worth anything. You are 95. You could be expected to die soon anyway, so we don't really care. In Australia here, if you're an unborn child, we don't really care about you because you're allowed to be killed all the way up till birth. And now, if you're an elderly person and a policeman comes in, tases you, you hit your head and hit your head and die in a week's time, well, you're old. You know, it can be expected. Your life is not nearly worth as much as someone else's. That's all, to me, that's all this judgment says. Your life and the life of an elderly person is not worth nearly as much as a young person's life, as that police officer's life who took the other person's life in his stupidity. Remember, he was not supposed to. A police officer in Australia is not supposed to. You're trained that you're not supposed to draw a taser and use it on a person of that age. That is police procedure in this nation. He went against everything that he was trained to do, and yet they still said, no, her life was not worth as much as him spending time in jail. Her life was not worth anything. Very, very disappointing. This is just my opinion. I think these judges are wrong, and they are, in my mind, absolutely disgusting. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. I'm Jay Fallon. We're on a slippery slope where there is no justice in Australia.